after we leave the air, you can call and leave us a voicemail. Same phone number that you can call us and talk to us live. 877-77-BOBBY. Here is the voicemail from last night.
Hey, Bobby. I was just curious if you had an update on your colonoscopy. I know that you were scheduled to get one. It seemed like it was supposed to be last week. Just curious what's going on. I had been scheduled to get one and did not go as planned, so it never happened. So just curious. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you. I actually did one myself last night.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
just the home version. Went to the gas station, bought some
not good.
PVC. It's in a few weeks, but I almost don't want to tell you when it is because I had a doctor's appointment for the initial, and I have to have one in upper intestines and lower intestines because I have such issues. The woman told me, because I'm like, not to get gross on digestive stuff, but she says some people have it so bad they use the bathroom once a month.
Oh, my.
Whoa.
And I was like, wow. She goes, yeah.
Oh.
And so I think I have it bad, but whoever the nameless person, if you listen to this show, thoughts and prayers, because that's awful. But I don't want to tell you guys because I want to come in and work the day I get it because people tell me I can't.
All right. We're going to know because you're going to be
Are
getting
you?
up.
How are we gonna
think
know?
So,
Hey,
unless you're just so determined to, I think it's impossible to keep in.
That's
but
right.
okay.
So you're not going to know.
What are we looking for, Amy?
Yeah, what are the signs?
Him
A bucket?
getting up
I don't know
and
if I'm
going
pulling
to
a
the
bucket behind me.
bathroom. Yeah.
But it is in the next few weeks at some point. Let's see. Everybody told me I couldn't do it. They told me I could do a lot of other things in my life too.
Interesting.
So my goal is to do this show, do the colonoscopy, then come back the next day and be like, "What's up, baby?"
How do they get those upper ones?
If the camera goes up there higher.
They go
or something.
Higher?
One in the throat, one in the butt.
Do they
That's
really?
what
I start walking your way, you start walking mine. We meet in the middle, need that large intestine.
No, but really.
What?
Did they really?
That's
I don't know.
No.
Okay,
Oh.
because I only
I
had
think
it
they go
one way.
Yeah, I think they just make a stop earlier and they just keep going.
Listen, mine was 20 years ago. They made advances.
Here's voicemail number 2. It's Tommy from Las Vegas.
I just want to give Lunchbox a heads up. If he has an expired license when he comes to Vegas and they ID him, they're not going to let him gamble. They're going to tell him that he needs to leave the area.
Wow.
So my advice, you need to get your license renewed, bro. That's one thing we do out here. If you get an expired license, it's no longer valid, we don't let you gamble.
Respond, bro.
Look, I mean, I'll just go up to the table, show them my ID, and explain. I tried to go to the DMV. The DMV was closed because of COVID, so there you go.
That'll
But
for
it's
sure
not.
work.
And then you can write a letter to them afterwards,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
they're going to let me play.
Okay. Did they always
Dear
card you?
Caesar.
I mean, because here's the truth.
Mr. Caesar.
The casino doesn't even ID you very often. Like, if you look over 21, they're like, oh, you can just sit down. They don't ID, like, Jasmine at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. Like, she's, keeping tabs on Fort Knox. You can't come in here.
Hey, unless you hit the big one, though.
Oh, yeah.
To the Gold Nugget family. Mrs. Nugget.
Y'all, this is when Lunchbox is going to hit big,
Yes.
and then they're going to want an ID, and he's not going to get it.
That'd be hilarious.
Hey, but you know what? If that happens, you'll probably make the news.
One of my friends was in Vegas, and she wasn't old enough to play a slot machine, but she stepped over the rope to get over there, and she put some money in. Her name is Stephanie Tanner. She put some money in, won a huge amount on a slot machine, and then she was like, ah, and then they couldn't give her the money because she was a kid.
That's terrible.
Yeah, one of your friends.
Yeah.
Listen, my only friends were characters on TV
Yeah, I
shows,
know.
guys, as kids, so relax. Let's do the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
Although I forget if it was Stephanie or DJ now that I think back.
I can't remember either.
Is one of them. Let's start with this. A prominent South Carolina lawyer who found the bodies of his wife and son 3 months ago tried to arrange his own death earlier this month so his son would get the $10 million life insurance payment, but the planned fatal shot only grazed him. So he hired a hitman.
What?
This is crazy. This story,
This is
this
the
whole
saddest
family
thing
story
I've ever
is
heard.
Because it starts with the family being killed.
Yes.
And they're wondering what happened,
Yeah.
right? They think they know what happened, but he's a lawyer. He's been involved in some criminal cases.
Uh-huh.
His family dies, so he hired a hitman to kill him, but it didn't happen, right?
Yeah, so what happened is his son was about to go to trial for a boat accident that killed a 19-year-old girl. So the 22-year-old son and his mother got killed. He found the bodies. And then-
that's what it was. It's a different story than the other one we talked about the other day.
right. And
That was
so
a judge. That's right. That was
right.
the judge whose family
and
died.
this is a really rich lawyer family. They have a history in the state. Like, they're family goes back and was on the legislative board. And so then this guy has an opioid addiction, was stealing millions of dollars from his law firm, and they were going to find out. So he hired a hitman to kill him on the side of the road so his other son would get the $10 million life insurance policy. It is bananas. Like, it is a soap opera.
My story doesn't say all that.
Yeah, man.
I've been reading all about this family for months.
How do you know for months? I saw the story today.
No, but I read it when the son and the mom were
Yeah.
killed.
Right. Well, we talked about that, didn't we?
I don't know if we did, but I remember seeing them on the cover of a magazine, like
Yes.
prominent family, two people, mother
Murdered
and
in their
son
cabin
dead.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And the son that was killed was about to go on trial for a boat accident where he was boating and drinking, and a 19-year-old died and some other people were injured.
Okay, but I just need to ask this unless you said it and I missed it. Who killed the mom and the son?
They don't know. They have not arrested anybody. They're still investigating.
But Bones, you said they may know, right?
Well, what I read was they have an idea.
Okay.
They have an idea.
I'm just saying if he's
But
a
I don't want
criminal
to say the
lawyer-
idea because I don't want to be coming to me.
No, yeah, I know.
Some
I don't
lawyer
either.
came out. I don't know what lawyer it was. If it was the hitman's lawyer or someone else goes, "Oh, we know who did it."
That's me, yeah. And
Okay.
but I don't. It's like when we talk about cartel stuff. I do that Homer Simpson meme where he backs into the bushes.
Okay.
Disappears.
I'm like, I ain't talking about this.
See, because I haven't kept up with this at all, but when I first saw it, I was like, oh, the husband must have done it. But maybe he didn't, and if he's a criminal lawyer, then there's it's some weird revenge or keep people quiet or something kind of thing.
Yeah, but he gave the hitman the gun, everything, and so the hitman drove by. He pulled over with a quote-unquote flat tire in the middle of nowhere. Guy shot him, drove off, ditched the gun. Only problem is he didn't do a good shot.
Just like
Grazed his head.
Yeah, like fractured his skull.
I mean, come on. You're hired
how-
to do
but-
one job.
But here's my question: do you rat out the hitman if he doesn't kill you?
Well, yeah, how'd they find out that
That's
He
my
confessed because he called 911, went to the
question. So
hospital.
he ratted out the hit.
Yes.
But did he say who the hitman was?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Oh,
so
my
wrong. 'cause
goodness.
You're the
That
one that
guy.
hired
You
him.
the one that paid him.
I mean, but he's not a good dude anyway, I'm sure. The
He's just
hitman.
doing a job, Amy.
Right, but no, but we can't.
you can
can't
tell on
kill
yourself, like I hired someone to try to, but you don't rat out the hitman.
And then why do you? I think he finally gave up. He just surrendered to the situation. At this point, he's like, oh my gosh, I didn't die. Forget it. Just take me in. I'll tell you everything.
Well, you know, he didn't have insurance for much longer.
No.
Yeah, I think that got dropped, that policy probably.
Oh, this is just devastating.
Okay, next story.
Yeah, take a breath.
Well, I was gonna do the blogger that's missing, but I'm not gonna do that.
Oh,
one.
no,
Gosh,
this
that
one. No,
one's
you
so
got to talk
hard.
about this one. This one's crazy too.
Everybody been watching this in the news?
Yes.
She's like 22. She goes on a trip with her boyfriend. They live in different places. And
Yeah.
he goes back to Florida. They don't know where she is.
I
He
saw-
gets a lawyer and is like, I'm not talking anymore. I mean,
Oh, it's tragic. Her dad was on the news. I saw him this morning, like pleading for everyone to share her face on all social media, TikTok, Instagram, wherever, so that everyone can see her face.
the disappearance of Gabby Petito continues to remain unsolved, and now police have named her boyfriend Brian Laundrie as a person of interest. They left New York in July on a cross-country trip, made stops in Colorado and Utah. Her mother last heard from her on August 25th when she told her mom they were on their way to the Grand Teton National Park and Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming. He returned to their Florida home in September, but without her. And so he won't talk to investigators. Police are eager to speak with him. He was back home 10 days before her family reported her missing. They said that he needs to come forward. His family has released a statement saying it's an extremely difficult time for both families. Search parties are being organized to search the parks they were headed to.
Yeah, I mean, it's so bizarre.
I don't know. Am I missing anything that anybody else knows?
So they were going on a cross-country trip, and they were documenting it on YouTube. So people were following along with this cool adventure, living out of a van, and there was a police report of them at one national park
Where she hit him in the face.
where she was
Yeah.
hitting him in the face, and it was supposedly over a cell phone. Not sure exactly what was on the cell phone. And then after that, it was like, I'm not getting good cell phone reception to the mom, and that's the last she heard from her.
And when she slapped him, it was that they didn't file it as a domestic assault. They filed as like an emotional,
Something,
a mental emotional break or something.
but no arrests were made because there wasn't enough evidence or something, enough to charge. So yeah, and then he just goes home and is like, I'm not talking. So they impounded the van, they've searched the van, but
When
no
someone
clue.
goes, they're not talking, like immediately all
Right.
eyes go to that person.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, all eyes would have been on him anyway because
Yeah,
he was the
'cause
last
it
one
was them
with
too.
her.
Right, because if she goes missing when you're with her, you would call 911. You wouldn't drive back across the country and just show up in Florida without her.
Yeah, and let her parents go 10 days without knowing where she is. Unless they got in some big fight and he left and he's like, I have no idea where she is and I don't really care.
I mean,
That could be. Amy, I never even thought about that.
Oh, really?
No, I really didn't.
you would just leave someone on the side of the road? Amy?
No.
'Cause I didn't think about that because I would never leave anyone on the side of the road.
Shut up. You think about things all the time that I would never think about. But I just thought.
It's not a bad idea, Amy.
I don't know because how, and then maybe
He comes out today and says that.
Exactly that.
Sorry. I mean, I don't know. It's very sad. I feel so bad for her
But if
family.
he didn't do anything, if he just left her on the side of the road, he would talk.
I would think so too.
In my opinion.
Unless he made a mistake way early and was like, I'm scared, I don't know what to do, I'm not going to say anything, I'm getting an attorney because I don't want to say anything stupid.
Right. Because they're going to try to pin it on him.
Well, he might need to have it pinned on him.
Maybe, yes, I agree. It might be him, but you just hear of, well, I watch TV shows where.
This is just like Lacey Peterson, like almost the same kind of
Close-ish,
situation.
yeah. I was thinking about that too, and how if you watch that Scott Peterson documentary, the first episode or so, you're like, Scott didn't do it.
Yeah.
And then you keep watching it, and you're like, I don't feel that way anymore.
Yeah, and he started off as not a person of interest, and then finally all fingers pointed to him. It's like, oh well, I don't know what to do.
I still need to watch that, huh?
It's fine.
It's good. It's just something that I don't know. I don't remember it happening when it
Nancy
happened.
Grace is in it.
I know.
She's in a
She's
lot.
the most annoying,
Yeah.
like television personality maybe in the history of my
Yeah.
lifetime.
but so successful. So is it because she's so annoying that people are like, okay, fine? I mean, because she's always
She
in
was-
documentaries and movies
Well,
and shows.
now she's just annoying.
Okay.
It used to be a thing where I was kind of like, let me see what Nancy Grace has to say.
Yeah.
You know what made her famous was the Natalie Holloway story.
Yeah.
That was her big thing because she stayed on it for a long time. When Natalie Holloway went missing in, what was the island? Aruba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan Vandersloot.
Yeah, that was wild.
I mean,
this has turned into a whole podcast.
Yeah.
Like, that lawyer story's crazy.
It's.
I didn't even have all that in my sheet. It's crazy that you also knew about all that.
I've read
That's
about
what
it
he
for
does in his
months.
time.
yes.
It's just when I saw the first story, I was like, oh, interesting. And then I just kept following it. And then 3 months to the day when they were found, the dad is shot. It's just like, this is weird.
A mother is warning parents about a dangerous fake TikTok fad that kids are doing, a trend where they're eating magnets, swallowing magnets.
Whoa, why would they do that?
so that they can see if they'll stick to each other.
The trend
Stop
involves
it.
putting round magnets at the top and bottom of your tongue to have a fake piercing
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And then they're
and
swallowing
then
it.
swallowing it
Oh, that's funny.
accidentally because
it's
they're
not
it's not
funny.
literally pierced.
Yeah, it's bad.
He had to have surgery to remove his appendix, his small intestine, and 12 inches of his large intestines.
Oh my!
because
this
those magnets
changed-
went down there.
This just changed his life, big time.
That's from the New York Post. At least that one's not somebody dying.
Yes, it's better.
Well, it's a good PSA. I mean, it's sad for that guy or the kid.
That's the news. Close
This
it
is
up.
like-
Heavy one.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
Holy mackerel, man.
What do we do now?
I don't
That
know.
lawyer story is just wild to me. Like, I feel like I was introduced to some new information.
Yeah. What do we do now? We have on people that know more. Call in.
there. No, I'm good. I got Lunchbox. I don't need to know
I'm
anymore.
not going to tell you all about that story, man. Woo!
All right, we'll come back in a second. We'll grab some calls. I guess I'm a little on tilt right now because I wasn't expecting to sit on that news the whole time. We'll come back. This woman's been busted for what could be the biggest coupon scheme in U.S. history.
Ooh.
You love coupons.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next. It was described as possibly the biggest counterfeit coupon scheme in history. About 100 retailers. It cost them $31 million in losses.
Whoa.
A Virginia Beach entrepreneur and mother of 3 who had been designing and printing the highly realistic coupons from her home computer was doing it all, apparently. On Tuesday, she was sentenced in U.S. District Court in Norfolk to 12 years in federal prison.
Wow.
Her husband was sentenced last month to 7 years and 3 months for his role. Both had pleaded guilty to fraud charges.
Wow.
What was his role? Cutting them?
Not complaining. Baby, you're using too many coupons. You're embarrassing me.
That's a big role. Wow.
That's a lot.
I just wonder what kind of high-tech printers they had.
Yeah.
Because it was a whole operation. I mean, you're talking $31 million.
Well, and I'm wondering how much money, because it's usually like $1 off of like your dishwasher.
No,
You think
went the
they
big
go in with
coupons.
like big ones like free Apple computer? I swear this is real.
Yeah.
You get a free Hyundai. No, I got this. This is
The manager's like, I've never seen this one before.
they
but
call it in. Hey, we got a coupon for a free Hyundai. Well, we have to honor it. Well, that one's crazy. I also saw the story too. The top 100, maybe it was the top 500 songs. I have the top 10, but did you guys see this yesterday?
No.
It was just of all time. And so they put out the list of the top 500 songs of all time. And I'm going to just play you the top 10
Just like the best.
ever.
Oh.
This is not, there's not a country song in here. Although if some of them were made now, they'd probably be considered country. But these are the top 10 best songs of all time from Rolling Stone.
Okay.
Do you have all the clips, Ray?
Yep.
At number 10, Outkast, Hey Ya.
Good one.
But top 10,
It's fun, man.
it's fun, but it's a top 10.
I don't think so.
I don't either. Fleetwood Mac, Dreams.
It's a good one.
I've heard
Stood
it.
the test of time.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Still is played. It's in lots of people's. I mean, this song I can agree with because Huge Then has held on until now.
Yeah.
Where people will come in and cover this song in our studio now, and new artists will. I'll turn that on.
Yeah.
It is
love
jam.
that.
Missy Elliott, Get Your Freak On.
No.
No, she does go.
Yeah, backwards. Repeat.
Yeah.
What is it?
I did like the backward thing. Yeah.
Cool. Reverse it.
Oh, that's a wrong song. Wait, is it the same?
Yet. That's
Is
it.
that the same song?
I think so.
Put your thing down, flip it and reverse it.
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
Same, huh? Oh, dang. Never mind.
man.
Working got robbed. Justice for working. Okay, the Beatles at number 7, Strawberry Fields Forever.
You're starting at the bottom of the list?
Yeah, 7. No, not 500.
What?
7.
Yeah,
I can think of 20 Beatles songs
Me
better than this
too.
one. Even like Blackbird.
Yeah. Hey Jude should be number 1.
I mean, really, I want to hold you. Like
Okay.
old Beatles. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? Jam.
You mean Let's Get It On?
That would be his bigger one. Weird list.
But this was a song about social
No, I
injustice.
get it. I
So,
get it.
so
No,
you- this song definitely it. Nirvana at number 5, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Launch an entire movement of music.
Sure.
I can't argue with that. Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone.
Come on, now you're talking.
Not a Bob Dylan guy, but can understand the impact of Bob Dylan on
Yes.
songwriting in general. Consider the greatest songwriter of all time.
Yes.
Not really a fan of his music so much.
Yeah. People didn't like that so much.
But I've read his book.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, he's
I
Bob Dylan.
He is Bob Dylan. Good point. Number 3 is Sam Cooke, A Change Is Gonna Come. I mean, really one of my favorite
So
songs.
good.
Yeah. I've been there.
I don't think Lunchbox has ever heard this song.
Public Enemy at number 2, Fight the Power. Again, a big social conscious song.
Yeah.
I see the pattern now.
Songs that actually made a difference.
Yeah, they made a difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't argue with that one. No, not all of them are like that.
Yeah, like
Hey, y'all.
Like Missy, yeah.
But number 1 is Aretha, Respect.
R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T, take out T-C-P.
There you go. Top.
That's a jam.
That's an interesting list, and it's also people's opinions. And we have opinions. Like, I think there are certain songs that I think they miss for sure, like the Target song by the Raging Idiots.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, look at like Ring of Fire. I'm sure it's on the list somewhere. Johnny Cash. but just because of the impact that it had, country, pop, rock. But you can go read all 500 of them if you'd like. Rolling Stone has them all up there now. Lainey Wilson, Things a Man Ought to Know, Bobby Bones Show.